J'en appelle à votre esprit d'équipe, la cohésion. Sans cohésion, pas d'équipe. Et sans équipe, on est seul.
T'as pas choisi la bonne équipe, mon pote, hein.
Les Misérables, c'est un film...
Les Misérables is first and foremost a movie about social misery, about childhoods spent in those ghettos that are some suburbs in France. The movie talks about police brutality. The story, in short, is about Pento, a cop from the ACU, the anti-crime unit, arriving in a suburb of the Seine-Saint-Denis, in Montfermeil, and this is his first day.
Montfermeil, donc ce sera sa première journée.
Je joue un policier qui...
I play the role of a cop who requests to be transferred in order to be closer to his child. He does the same job he knows how to do from before in the anti-crime unit, but in a location he doesn't know. The movie tells the story of my character arriving in this new place and this unfamiliar suburb. It talks a lot about police brutality, but most of all, about the place children have in this dysfunctional suburb, where adults are lost. What is their status? And what are the possible horizons for them to look forward to? Their freedom, their dreams.
Ils ont possible, leur liberté, leurs rêves.
Ici, c'est notre vie. Toi, tu débarques, nous, ça fait 10 ans qu'on est là. On est les seuls à se faire respecter.
Eh les gars, soleil!
De quel respect tu me parles? Les gens d'ici, ils ont peur de vous, c'est tout.
C'est quoi l'histoire? Quand t'as volé un lion?
Ouais.
Mets la pression sur les petits, faut qu'on retrouve le lion.
Arrête-toi, là! Bouge pas, arrête-toi!
Je connais Ladj depuis...
I've known Ladj for many years, since we grew up together. We're old friends. When I heard he was doing a short film, he didn't offer me the role at first because I think he was looking for someone physically different, but I was persistent and I called him. I asked him to allow me to come to a casting, and he hesitated, but he finally accepted and offered me the part. I joined the cast for the short film first, and he ended up keeping the same 3 main actors for the feature. I had the opportunity to meet with real officers from the anti-crime unit and do some ride-alongs with them. I used this to build my character and try to make it as authentic as possible.
Le plus réaliste possible.
Contrôle de police. Vous faites quoi, là?
On attend le bus.
Vous attendez le bus, là? Ça sent le shit, ça.
Eh, c'est bon,
Je vous filme, vous avez pas le droit de faire ça.
Arrête de filmer.
Non.
T'es contente, là?
Ça va faire plusieurs années où je filme ces...
I have been filming those cops for years now. I used to do cop watching, filming them during their operations, so I had a special relationship with them. I also met a lot of police officers and rode with them, had conversations with the anti-crime unit officers. The actors were embedded with those officers, so there was a lot of research and preparation work.
Travail de recherche.
Le film, il s'est fait vraiment avec des gens...
We made the movie with the same people that worked on the short film. Almost everyone came back. A few professional actors, but also a lot of non-actors in the roles of the children and other characters in the neighborhood. A big part of the crew was also made up of people from the neighborhood. 200 or 300 of them worked on the movie. It was a real team effort, like a family, in a district that Ladj knew very well because that's where he grew up, and he still lives there. He even started a film school in the neighborhood.
Son école de cinéma là-bas, gratuite.
Donc l'accueil était super et surtout qu'on a...
We got a great welcome from the neighborhood, especially since we hired a lot of kids and locals from the projects on the shoot in the idea of getting them to be a part of the movie, since in a way, it's also their story we are telling. I was interested in the challenge of working with young people who had never been on a movie set and give them the desire to work on films.
Leur donner cette envie de faire du cinéma.
Vous n'éviterez pas la colère et les cris.
Putain!
La galère, c'est qu'il y a un drone qui nous a filmés.
Qu'est-ce que tu me parles de gérer un drone, là? Il y a un gamin inconscient, là!
C'est qu'on peut faire tomber la BAC avec cette vidéo si on veut.
Il a été difficile à monter.
It was difficult to put this movie together. In the end, we did manage, but with a small budget. Because the script could be understood in different ways, if we didn't have the opportunity to defend Ladj's vision in person, it could have been completely misinterpreted in the opposite of what we wanted to convey. This movie is about bringing people together. There's not much hope, it's true, but still, there's some.
Très peu d'espoir, mais il y en a quand même.
C'est quoi votre problème à vous? C'est quoi votre putain de problème? C'est moi la loi!
Donc t'es en train de m'expliquer quoi là? C'est un accident?
Les petits nous lâchent pas depuis tout à l'heure.
C'est pas de votre faute. Comme d'hab quoi. Les filles avaient raison d'exprimer leur colère. Seul moyen de se faire entendre aujourd'hui.
Tu vas trop loin là!
Moi, ce qui m'intéressait dans ce film,
What I liked in the movie about my character, Sergeant Stefan Ruiz, was to see what happens when you switch the way you look at certain things, how it can affect and change your judgment and your actions. It was a whole reflection on justice, and most of all, on childhood. From abandoned adults come abandoned children. It was about all of that.
c'est de réfléchir à tout ça.
Moi, je pars du principe que mon film, c'est un film qui est...
I consider that my movie is about the French ghettos, but it's a universal subject. We could have been in the ghettos of Brazil, the United States, or South Africa. Misery is universal. This movie should appeal to a broad number of people.
Ce film devrait parler à un plus grand nombre.
T'auras jamais l'esprit bac, toi.
Parce que je joue pas au cow-boy.
Ce que t'as pas compris, c'est que justement, on joue pas, nous.